Frigidaire. We introduced the first home freezer, the first pulsator agitator washer, and now we introduce the Frigidaire Orbit Clean dishwasher, designed with a unique wash arm that gives you 4 times more water coverage for a consistently better clean. Frigidaire, over 90 years of legendary innovation.
See the full line of Frigidaire appliances at Ventura TV Electronics and Appliances.
Hi, I'm John Mallos. Welcome to this live edition of Connect with Me on the showroom floor at Ventura TV on this Friday morning. We've got a very interesting show for the next 60 minutes. We'll introduce you to a young lady, a young woman who had perfect attendance throughout the entire school system, from kindergarten all the way through high school. And then, what about that all-star baseball team from Hanford? They'll be here. We'll have 2 players and one of the assistant coaches. Back with your phone calls, 436-ME-TV, option 11. We're back in a moment.
Tonight I want to discuss the importance of the television medium to the American people.
And we are here on a Friday morning at 10 o'clock in the morning, and we're going to be here until 11 o'clock. Of course, you're watching us on Comcast channel 187 and 43.6, and now, my friends, you can add those other channels. You also can see us on 13.1 live. You're watching us right now on Me TV. And then you can watch the replay of this very same show at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on YouTube 13.6 and Biz TV 13.5. The replay starts at 8 o'clock tonight. But we'll be here for the next 60 minutes taking your phone calls at 436-ME-TV option 11. In the second half hour of the program, we're going to have that all-star baseball team from Hanford that went all the way to the Cal Ripken World Series back in Aberdeen, Maryland. We'll tell you how they finished. We'll have 2 players and one of the assistant coaches here to talk about that. In fact, this weekend is a big weekend for sports altogether. Fresno State starts their season at USC, and then of course the Giants continue with their rivalry, of course, in the Western Division, trying to catch the Dodgers, and the A's and Angels go at it again tonight in Anaheim. But our first guest today, a very interesting one to say the least. Have you ever met anyone that went through school, kindergarten through high school, that never even missed a day? Think back to your childhood. Kindergarten, you could have missed school for any number of reasons. I want to roll the videotape, my friends, and show you a person, a young lady. Our guest today, she is 18-year-old Francisc Reyes, and here she is at the Save Mart Center receiving her Perfect Attendance Award, along with Serena De La Torre. Reyes and Torre did not miss a day of school from kindergarten all the way through the end of high school. And that adds up to about 2,340 days of consecutive days of school, not missing a one. Reyes went to school at Central Unified District, attending Hernan Barstow, and later Harvest Elementary, where she also became a cheerleader and president of her class. But at the same time, she had no friends, according to her. And this is where all the bullying began. We'll talk to her about that aspect of her schooling as well. From there, she went to El Capitan Middle School, where the bullying, she says, continued, according to her. And it was here where she got involved in track and field, cross country to be exact. Now, high school, different story, began at Central West, where the bullying increased. According to her, once again, no friends to speak of, so she transferred to Central East, where Reyes says the bullying got even worse. Wow, she became very anxious, and so she began her outside school activities. We'll talk about that. In fact, she says she developed the strength to live through it all and succeed in spite of all the harassment because of her mom. Live in our studio right now is Francisc Reyes, the perfect kid. There she is. How would you like to have a kid like this? Never missed a day at school of her life, who now attends Fresno City College. We'll ask her how in the world she went through school, kindergarten through high school, and did not miss a day. You know, I'm a parent, a single parent. You know how many days I have to just I have a difficult time getting my son out of bed to go to school. Here's someone who didn't miss school, not even one day. Incredible. 436 me TV option 11. But the serious aspect of this too that we'll talk to Francis about is that bullying aspect. We'll wait for your phone calls. Talk to Francis back in just a moment.
When you like Ventura TV Appliance on Facebook, it's nice. But when you love the Samsung big screen we deliver, it's even better. Our website is cool, and it's a good place to start. But you really should touch the merchandise before you buy. Time for that upgrade to an HD 3D web-enabled Samsung TV. Get the best selection, price, and service in town without waiting. Come in to Ventura TV Appliance and touch the merchandise today.
Oh yeah, it's all fun and games, you know, preschool, kindergarten, elementary school, but then once you hit that teenage mark of 13, 14, it all changes. Not for you though, right, Francis? You're the perfect kid. The perfect kid.
Well,
unbelievable. Am I embarrassing you?
well, because I don't consider myself the perfect kid because.
No, you had perfect attendance, let's put it that way.
Yes, the perfect attendance.
Well, you're not involved in gangs. You don't do drugs, so you're pretty much on the perfect side. You get straight A's?
For a while, like during my elementary years, that was nothing but perfect A's. But of course, when the bullying kind of increased and like the difficulties came, of course, my grades started to drop. But in high school, I decided, you know what, I got to really pull myself together because I'm not going to let these people rule my future.
Yeah, I do want to talk about the bullying aspect in just a moment here, but I do want to focus on the perfect attendance first because I want to know how you did that. I mean, there had to be days when you didn't want to go to school.
There were many days where I did not want to go to school, especially days that were, you know, you get really tired. Sometimes you don't even sleep properly, and it's like you wake up and you're like, I just really want to roll over, say no, I want to stay. And I had many acquaintances that actually, that's what they would do. They're like, no, I didn't want to go to school today because I was tired. And so I'm going to school sluggish, and I'm like, okay, I'm here, gotta wake up. And
How did you motivate yourself not to miss? Was that your initial goal? Were you conscious of the fact that, hey, I haven't missed any days, I want to keep this going all the way through high school? Were you conscious of that fact?
Actually, I was not. During my kindergarten through 6th grade year, I actually was never actually really sick. My mom would say, you're not sick, you're going to school, and she would push me every day. But then before
she got on your case then?
Yeah.
Oh,
before I realized it, I hit...
Oh, so you're not perfect after all.
No.
Your mom did get on your case.
Yeah, she did, and I'm happy and proud that she did, because before I knew it, I was in 6th grade, and then I was at this ceremony, and then all of a sudden they say, we have a student here that hasn't missed a single day from kindergarten through 6th grade. And I was like, huh. That's interesting. And then when they called out my name and handed me the card, I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, it was a real surprise. And I was just, when I finally started to piece together that it was actually my mom who pushed me through those first 6 years, I was just amazed and astonished on how much she actually pushed me and where I was.
See, usually it's the opposite I found with my kids. I didn't have to push them through elementary school. Elementary school is kind of a piece of cake because you really don't, I mean, look, you go to elementary school, you really don't have any homework. It really is rather easy. You do coast through there. Even even the kids that aren't really up to speed, they kind of coast. Once you get to middle school, it's a different story. It's like going to high school. So your mom had to push you through elementary school, and then once you got out of 6th grade, you kind of motivated yourself? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, because
so it was exactly the opposite of my kids.
Yeah, it started to happen the opposite, mainly because there would be a couple of cases where I would see my friends would stay home because they were sick or had a stomach ache or a headache.
Faking it, huh?
Possibly, I don't know.
Yeah.
And so, like, you know, it was like, oh, I want to stay home because this and this, and I just want to stay home. So I would tell her, but as soon as I realized why she pushed me, it's because honestly, if I stayed home, she would have to stay home from work, and she knew I was faking it, so she was like, I'm not gonna stay home because I need to work and provide for my family and for my kids.
Yeah.
And of course,
was she a single mom?
No, my father was there, but he was sick. You know, and he couldn't work as much or provide as much.
Yeah.
So she was kind of like managing stuff on her own.
Yeah.
And so she couldn't really take the day off. And as a kid, you don't really understand those things. You're just like, oh, Mom, you just don't
No,
want to
and you
let me
don't
stay
care
home.
either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
know.
so, but she helped me actually push myself to get into school, more involved and stuff like that. Because for me as a child, school was very easy, especially during elementary school, where the bullies don't really come as they do in middle school and high school. It's more like easy flowing. Everyone's just doing their thing. Kids, they fight.
Did boys like you in middle school and high school?
Not that I know of, actually.
Really?
Yeah, not that I know of.
Really?
Probably like they would say like, oh, I think you're cute or beautiful or something like that. But then it was like they never fully said like, oh, I like you.
Yeah. Did that
Or-
bother you?
No, actually no. It's because I wouldn't try to actually look for those things. During the time of middle school and high school is where I was trying to focus on myself and try to bring down the anxiety that was starting to build up for me
Yeah.
as the I call it silent bullying increased.
Right, right. All right, before we go to break, let's roll a piece of videotape here. And, you know, now you're going to Fresno City College. Are you attempting to duplicate what you did all the way through your early years in school? Like not miss a day?
You know,
Are you conscious of it, or do you even think about it?
I actually have been thinking about it, and you know, like that was basically 13 years of my life. What's a few more, you know,
Right, 4 more years.
to
Yeah.
live
This is
to
you
that
on
name.
campus, right, at Fresno City College?
Yes, that's
Wearing
me.
the blue shirt there on the left-hand side of the screen. And who are these two gentlemen that you're talking to there? Who are they?
That I believe, pretty sure that's the coordinator of the honors program, and
Okay.
that's my best friend Christian.
Okay.
And the lady right there, she's the secretary of the honors program as well.
I see.
The-
I see. Okay. And so what are you studying at Fresno City?
I am taking classes for my major to become a pharmacist with a PhD.
Oh, so you want to be a pharmacist?
Yes.
Okay, that takes a lot of schooling, as you know.
I believe the max years is 8 years or so.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so you've got to go, obviously, to another college. Once you get out of city, where do you see yourself going?
After city of being there for 2 years, I'm going to go to Fresno State and then hopefully a local pharmacy school that's nearby.
Yeah, you want to stay in Fresno then, huh?
Mm-hmm, I
All
do.
right. We're going to take a quick break here talking to Francisc Reyes, and when we come back, we'll show that plaque there, a perfect attendance for Francisc Reyes all the way through school. She's never missed a day, not even in college, now that she's going to Fresno City. 436-ME-TV, option 11. Call in. Hey, ask a question. Back in a moment.
From now on, when I sneeze, I'll try to sneeze more friendly.
Back here with Francisc Reyes. I'm going to push the phone number one more time, 436-ME-TV, option 11, if you want to call in and ask any question that you'd like on the program to Francis, who spent all this time going to school and never missed a day. Hold that plaque up right in front of your face there so we can kind of see it up high. Okay, that is a little higher. There you go, right there. So what is that plaque?
This is the perfect attendance award that I received at my graduation of Central East Campus.
Right.
And
We already saw the video, so we don't need to see it again. We saw that video in the monologue, you walking up stage and receiving this plaque, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. And is that hanging on your wall somewhere?
actually, yes, it is right above where I sleep is where I have my other perfect attendance plaques, some of my sports plaques, and this one will be
As
right
a
there.
reminder.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. 2,340 consecutive days of school without missing one day. That's amazing. Now, In talking to you over the phone for a little bit the other day, you did mention to me, and I touched on it just briefly in the monologue, and that is with the bullying.
Yeah.
So I guess a couple of questions come to mind. You went to Central Unified.
Mm-hmm.
One question is, why didn't the school district officials do anything about the bullying, or even those on campus that are in charge? That's number one. And number two, if you knew that you were being bullied in school, how did you have the motivation to keep going and get up every day? I mean, if it were me, I'd say, you know what, I don't feel like going today. I don't want to
Handle those people.
handle this. You know, I can't handle this on this day. I just gotta bail out.
Well, like bullying, there are many types of bullying, and this one I label it as silent bullying. Meaning that they don't actually try to physically hurt you, like push you in the halls and stuff like that.
They don't lay a hand on you.
They don't lay a hand on you. They basically just be verbal rumors. You know, they fight. And I know that happens a lot with people, but for some reason.
So let me get this straight. Let me interrupt you just for a minute here. So they gave you the silent treatment?
Yes, silent treatment, and just would come up with these horrendous stories about me. And
how do you know? How do you know they came up with stories?
Because
who told you? How did you hear them?
Acquaintances of mine would come to me and tell me, and after I kind of would tell them, please don't tell me these things, other people would come and they would tell me these things. And after a while, you know, you're strong, you're like, those are just words, whatever, moving on. But when words continue and they continue and continue, you kind of slowly start to believe in the lies that you know are lies.
Okay. Let me ask you, what did the district officials do? Did you inform them that this bullying was taking place?
Well, no.
Why not?
Because I had seen other cases, especially in elementary, where this kid was being bullied with words and words and words, and I had helped him, and I told him, you know what, let's go to the office and stuff. And I had hand witnessed that they said, you just need to learn to ignore them. You just need to learn to...
Who said that?
I actually cannot remember, but it was someone...
a principal? A teacher?
I believe it was an administrator. Not the principal. I believe it was a teacher and administrator at that school.
So don't they have a way of controlling the bullying? Did they just inform you to just ignore it?
Yes, they just inform.
At Central Unified?
Yes.
Well, don't they have a no bullying policy?
They do, and there was one case where there had actually been some physical contact on me, and they actually handled it pretty quickly and pretty well.
Who's they?
His name is Mr. Gonzalez, the vice principal at Central East Campus, where that had happened, and he handled it pretty quickly. And I knew then, even though it was my senior year, I knew then that if something like that were to actually ever happen, they would handle it pretty quickly. But they can't take care of the silent bullying, because what are you going to do? Tell people to not be mean to other people, tell them to separate them.
Yeah.
You
but
simply can't
other
do
than that one incident, nobody really laid a hand on you.
Mm-hmm.
And was it just verbal jousting a little bit?
Yes.
Okay.
And I never really said anything back to them. They would always like come near me and try to say things, or they would just flat out go here and here. You know, the rumors would increase even more, and it just got out of hand. And the ignoring part, the advice that they give to ignore, it really does not work. It really does not work.
But if they have a no bullying policy, I don't see how ignoring them is going to do any good. I mean, if they give you the silent treatment, there isn't much anybody can do. But if they do harass you verbally, there is something they can do about that, and there is something they can do if they, if someone puts a hand on you. We have a call coming in. Good morning, caller. What's your question?
Yeah, I'd like to just direct it to her about the bully part. Back in my days, back in the 60s, for instance, we didn't have those policies as far as that, so we kind of had to take the issues by ourselves, And nowadays, and I see it from elementary all the way to high school, where and it's students themselves, they're in groups, and then because you're a good-looking girl and this and they hang out together, they're this and that, and the girls who are kind of average kids and all that, and the smart kids, they get bullied by other girls and all that, and she can testify to that too. But the thing is that the things haven't changed from the 60s up to now. I mean, you can tell the administration that's what's happening, and sometimes they'll look the other way, and other times they will take the issue, and talk to the people. But then you have that problem that once the individuals are involved, they're going to give her a bad time again,
Yeah,
so,
that's right.
It's in every campus, no matter how you look at it. There's always going to be one or two or three bullies in there, and it's hard for her or anyone to look the other way, So I commend her for, say, sticking it out, because a lot of people would say, you know what, I'm not going to school at all, period.
Yeah, that's right.
I commend her, and I commend you too for the program you have.
All right, I appreciate the phone call very much. Now, just keep in mind, Francis, I have a daughter that's 11. When she was in kindergarten, now keep in mind also that my daughter is partially disabled. She has a hard time walking. When she was in kindergarten, there were two kids that picked on her. They pushed her. She fell on the ground. She got up and punched both of them in the nose and bloodied both their noses. She did get in trouble for that, but they never bothered her again. So just keep that in mind. I'm not advocating that, but my daughter defended herself, okay? They never bothered her again after she bloodied those two noses, so keep that in mind. Anyway, 436 Me TV option 11. Gee, I wonder where she got that attitude from. Back in just a moment.
Considering solar? Whether you're ready to buy now or just exploring your options, the consultants at Solar Negotiators are here to help you. A call to Solar Negotiators is like calling 5 solar companies at once. You see, when local established solar contractors have gaps in their schedule, they call Solar Negotiators to fill them. Right now, get 5 years of panel cleaning and maintenance or $1,000 off your new solar panels. So stop wasting your time searching and call Solar Negotiators, because when contractors compete for your business, you win.
Okay, we're not advocating violence here on the program, of course, but you do have a right to defend yourself and a right to not be harassed by anyone, whether you're in school or not. I mean, harassment's harassment, right? You're watching us live on 43.6, Comcast 187, 13.1 now is Me TV as well. And you can watch the replay of this program if you just joined us at 1 o'clock on 13.6 and 13.5 at 8 p.m. on Biz TV. So Francisc Reyes is here. Let's roll another piece of videotape. As long as we've got it, might as well use it, because doggone it, we took the time to shoot this videotape. So here you are at Fresno City College, right?
No, this is actually St. Mary's Catholic Church.
Oh, St. Mary's Catholic Church. I'm sorry. Okay, I got confused there for a minute. So what's your involvement here? During my senior year, I taught kids, to receive the Holy Communion, and I would teach it with my mom and my best friend Christian. And this is us actually discussing some things about what we're going to do. The carnival is coming up September 28th, and we're just kind of like preparing. And I also make duct tape pins for them, because people will come in, sign, and they'll accidentally take the pin. So I have that involved, and I love working there, and that's basically where I actually also started moving away from being involved in school and being more involved with my community, and I found a lot of comfort with them as well. That's good. And so your involvement here is specifically what, though, with the church? Volunteering?
Yes, volunteering, and basically being a teacher for children.
For young children going to Sunday school or something? Or
it's on Tuesdays.
It's on Tuesdays, okay. So it's like a Bible study type thing, or?
Yes.
Okay, all right. And here you are where?
Same place. We were discussing about the duct tape pins, actually, and the carnival as well. Again.
When's the carnival coming up?
September 28th.
Okay, and that's at the name of the church again?
St. Mary's.
Okay, all right. So what have you learned the past 13, 14 years about, if you were to address a group of students, young students in elementary school, what would you tell them about staying in school, about studying, about getting good grades, all that stuff?
Honestly, not a lot of people can have perfect attendance because things happen, accidents happen. You may actually like get in a car accident or something like that, and you just can't maintain the perfect attendance. I was blessed to have really good health, a really strong mother to push me as well in the beginnings. But honestly, what I would tell them is to go to school as much as possible, to not let people hold you back from what you can be. And in school is where you learn probably the most toughest lessons in life, where you can start your actual networking, and when you graduate actually is when all these opportunities start to come if you play your cards right.
Okay, got a call coming in. Good morning, you're on Connect with Me. Go ahead.
It's a charming story you have on today, and I'd sure like to see your guest become an advocate for bullies' rights. Nobody wins in a bully situation, bully victim situation. Not only does the victim suffer, but ultimately, actually, research has shown ultimately bullies themselves suffer quality of life issues later on, if not in the short term. So maybe Fresno Unified, definitely Central Unified, could use bully victim outreach, and I don't see anybody better. I'd like to nominate your guest to go around and speak to groups quietly about this.
Yeah. Would you like to do that?
Yes, I would.
It's pervasive in our schools.
Okay. All right, caller. Thank you very much. So you'd like to go out and be an advocate for people that are bullied?
Yeah.
You'd like to go out and speak to groups about this?
Yes, because I can understand that there are many types of bullying, that some bullying may actually be physical, and some bullying, that silent bullying that was that I phrase it as, is equally as harmful as the other one.
Yeah.
Because physical, they get hurt, but when you can also mentally damage a person with so much words.
Do you think you were mentally damaged?
I believe that yes, I was, because it takes so much for me to...
So are you feeling the after effects now, and if so, in what way?
The after effects are when I have that random sense that all eyes are on me, and it just... When you have that sense, the self-esteem immediately goes down, the self-confidence immediately goes down, and it's very difficult to just even smile and to even like project your voice to for you to hear me, because you just want to go in a shell and not talk. Anxiety kicks up, you're always nervous, nauseous, but you have to take a deep breath and realize that not everyone out there is actually here to hurt you. You have to see that there is bad, but you have to push through the bad in order to get to...
How have you been able to push through it? How'd you get yourself through it?
I have to thank my mother for that, actually.
Okay.
I really do, because seeing how much she has to work, and she even has to work on the weekends, and just seeing her have to go through all of that, and when she had to take care of me and my 3 other siblings, and we were all I was the youngest, and they were pretty around the same age, and just to see her go through that, manage my father's illness and stuff, and in the end she started telling me that she had the same problems when I told her about the silent bullying.
Yeah.
And she would tell me, Francis, you know what? If you can't go to school because you're so anxious and stuff, I understand. I don't want you to just faint randomly. And when she would say it's okay to stay home and not go to school, like it's Friday, you can get like a 3-day rest, I would just find the strength in her comfort in her words, knowing that not everyone out there is here to hurt me.
Yeah. Okay. Listen, I think we're almost out of time here, and we got about 30 seconds left. I have called and I have left messages from Michael Berg. Do you know who that is? He's the superintendent at Central Unified, isn't he?
I never heard of him.
Oh, you haven't? Okay. Yeah. Anyway, we've reached out to him, and I we can't get him on the program here. I didn't reach out to him about this, but about other issues. But I'd sure like to talk to somebody at Central Unified about this bullying issue. I'm sure it's a major problem everywhere, not just at Central Unified. It's not confined to one district. It's everywhere. There's no question about it. It's all in how you handle it.
Mm-hmm.
So we hope you're doing better.
Yes, I am. And actually, I will say that I did love the schools that I went to. The administration, even though they couldn't really handle the silent bullying, they were always supportive. They say, if you ever need a place, just come here. They would give me that conciliation and that protection. Also, mainly at Central East, at the library. Lovely librarians. They took me in every time I was just having a terrible day.
All right. Francisc Reyes, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right. Good luck to you in your future over there at City College and your future endeavors. I appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
Very pretty and very strong person for getting through this. 2,340 consecutive days of school without missing one day. Francisc Reyes. Back with our second half of the program and that all-star baseball team in just a moment. Stay tuned.
When you're looking for KitchenAid innovation and quality, who has the answers, the selection, the price? Ventura TV Appliance. With billions in nationwide appliance buying power, more than Home Depot and Best Buy combined, we'll help you save. Our low prices on Energy Star qualified KitchenAid appliances save you energy and money and pay no interest on select models when paid in full within 12 months. Ventura TV Appliance, serving you since 1951.
Don't you ever hit me again!
Chief, I think we got a hit on our
MeTV Fresno, now on Comcast Channel 187.
Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're the save energy, save time, save money place. The Energy Star qualified #1 rated high-efficiency Cabrio from Whirlpool Place. You heard right. Right now, save big on select Whirlpool Cabrio laundry pairs and pay no interest when paid in full within 6 months. At the hometown low price, think outside the big box place. Since 1951, Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're working hard to be your place.
When you like Ventura TV Appliance on Facebook, it's nice. But when you love the Whirlpool appliances we deliver, it's even better. Our website is cool, and it's a good place to start. But you really should touch the merchandise before you buy. Touch the new Whirlpool Ice Collection. It offers a modern style made to create an inspiring kitchen experience. Save big on this Whirlpool Black Ice or White Ice kitchen. Come in to Ventura TV Appliance and touch the merchandise today.
And we're back here on the program. Connect with me, our second half of the program on Comcast Channel 187. You're watching us live here, of course, on that station, along with 43.6. And then 13.1 is MeTV Now, too. You can watch the replay at 1 o'clock today on 13.6 and also at 8 o'clock tonight, 13.5. And we're going to talk baseball because the folks up in Hanford, oh my gosh, they're going wild right now. At least they have for the past week and a half or so, or maybe even the last couple of weeks, because of that 12-year-old all-star team that finished third overall in the Cal Ripken World Series, Baseball World Series that took place in Aberdeen, Maryland. They were there for about 10 days or so. I want to put up the first picture, a team picture, the entire team. You can see just about every player there. You know, all together, this was the scene at the Pacific Southwest Champs as they played their hearts out during the nationwide tournament. But they came up just a little bit short in the semifinals, losing to Raleigh. I believe 4-1 was the final score. Nonetheless, 13 kids on the team. 3 coaches in all. There's another picture right there. They shared the experience of a lifetime with their friends, with their family. The loss just came a day after a walk-off victory to advance into the next round. No team from Hanford This age group has ever gone this far before, never before done this well. What a remarkable run by a Hanford team making its first appearance in the Cal Ripken World Series. There's the trophy right there. This team definitely the talk of the town. They brought life to the city of Hanford of only 50,000 people. And they were honored last week as their fans came out to say thank you so much for a job well done. Okay, live in our studio right now is Dennis Springer. He's an assistant coach with the team along with Will Springer, his son. He's a shortstop, he's a pitcher. And then Trace Pyrus, I hope I got the last name right, a shortstop and a third baseman. So we've got two players right here. And we've got the coach himself, the assistant coach, Dennis Springer. Your phone calls are encouraged on this day. 436-ME-TV option 11, especially all you folks out there watching in Hanford want to call in and ask some questions right here to these two young players that played on that all-star baseball team and the assistant coach. 436-ME-TV option 11. Back in a moment.
Considering solar? Whether you're ready to buy now or just exploring your options, the consultants at Solar Negotiators are here to help you. A call to Solar Negotiators is like calling 5 solar companies at once. You see, when local established solar contractors have gaps in their schedule, they call Solar Negotiators to fill them. Right now, get 5 years of panel cleaning and maintenance or $1,000 off your new solar panels. So stop wasting your time searching and call Solar Negotiators, because when contractors compete for your business, you win.
Oh, well, I did blow the last name. It's Piers on the last name. Trace Piers. He's the third baseman, shortstop right there on the end. Hey, look over here. Look into the camera. Right there, guys. That's Trace on the end there. Will is right here, and, of course, Dennis right here. So you guys got back from the World Series, and I do want to play one of the photo galleries because I want to show you guys on scene in Aberdeen. This courtesy of the Hanford Sentinel. We took these photos off their webpage. So let's start with you, Trace. Talk into that mic there. Tell us how that experience was in the World Series.
It was very nervous at the beginning. I was nervous, and then as we started to play, it got better, and then it was really fun.
It was a lot of fun. Did you get a lot of playing time?
Yeah.
You did? How much? You start?
Yeah.
You did? What position?
I started at third.
Uh-huh.
And then when Will pitched, I played shortstop.
So you started quite a few games then, huh? How many games altogether did you play, Will?
We played 5 games and we finished 3-2.
5 games, you finished 3-2. You lost that last semifinal game, but still a lot to be proud of because you brought that trophy home, third place trophy. We've got the trophy here in the studio. We'll bring it up in just a minute. We're going to leave it out there for now. But Dennis, how did the town, the small town of Hanford, react when this team came back?
Pretty unbelievable. I mean, even during the tournament, we were kept up with, Facebook and to just talk to our friends and the buzz around Hanford. Everybody was talking about, hey, did you follow the 12s last night? Because people could stream the games on the radio through the computer, so they were. A lot of people were listening to the games, and our support was it was crazy.
It was, yeah. Did you have a lot of people traveling to Aberdeen, Maryland from Hanford?
We did. We had, I would guess, almost 70 people, counting the players and the players' families.
Yeah.
One night we did go to the Baltimore Oriole and New York Yankee game.
You went to Camden Yards?
We did.
And saw the Yankees?
We did.
Really?
We got to see
Derek
Jeter in one of his last games there.
Wow.
So that was pretty cool. But we had 56 people go to that game.
How'd you get tickets?
Crazy enough, they weren't
sold out?
Sold out yet. And so we had a connection through the Cal Ripken World Series. And
where'd you sit?
Oh, we sat up top, but we had good views, and it was actually we got to sit under a cover because it did start raining that night.
Yeah, but at least you saw the famed Yankees. That's not too bad, and at Camden Yards, no less. One of the original. I call it one of the original. I've been there a couple of times. I love Camden Yards. I love their, but that's one of the original new style ballparks. It was one of the first ones that they revamped and.
Right.
And, the close confines and coziness, the feel is really, you're on top of the field.
Yeah, it's a beautiful stadium.
Yeah.
And then our field that we played at for the World Series in Aberdeen, is modeled after that stadium.
Yeah.
Obviously not the same amount of people.
Well,
but,
obviously, but
out in right field they have a hotel that looks just like that warehouse.
Let me ask your son here, Will, what'd you think of Camden Yards?
It was really cool. It was kind of cool because we were playing at a replica of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was kind of cool. It was kind of cool to see Derek Jeter play.
Yeah. Hey, here you guys are back in Hanford, being honored by some of the city members there. And what event is that right there? It looks like a pool party. Dennis, what's that right there?
They actually have a I don't know, it's maybe about 20 feet square, but they had the bubbles where the boys can get in the bubbles, and it's kind of like a bounce house kind of. They got to bounce it against each other.
Yeah. Hey, what's up with the green uniforms? Why green?
Actually, all the teams, once you get back to Maryland, they took us to the Under Armour factory and gave us all new uniforms. And each section of the country, or the foreign countries, are they're modeled after a college team, and the Pacific Southwest is actually modeled after the University of Hawaii, which is a dark green and black.
Where is this photo taken?
We were the guest last Thursday night at the Thursday night market.
Okay.
And they shut it down for us, and we actually received a proclamation from the city of Hanford that was read by the mayor, and we also received letters of accommodation from David Valadeo's office and Assemblyman Salas.
Yeah. Did you have a chance, or probably didn't have time to go to D.C., did you?
We did. Well, we actually
did
had.
or didn't?
We did.
You went to D.C.?
Yes, we did.
Did you have a chance to see any of the sights and sounds of the nation's capital?
Well, our schedule, we had an off day on Wednesday.
Okay.
However, on Tuesday, the area had about 10 inches of rain. So all of the games.
Don't let a little rain bother you.
All of the games on Tuesday were postponed until Wednesday. So our planned trip to Washington, D.C. was canceled on Wednesday, but once we were eliminated, I think about either 5 or 6 families were able to go on Friday, and did go on a tour that was set up by David Valadeo's office.
Okay, what'd you guys see back in D.C.? Will?
Well, we went separate days, but I saw the Washington Monument, the World War II Memorial, Vietnam Memorial, and we just walked around the whole city.
Yeah, you see the outside of the White House?
Yeah.
Very nice. You didn't go inside, huh?
No.
They didn't invite you inside. Oh, that's too bad. All right. Hey, get that microphone close up there. Trace, so what did you see in Washington, D.C.?
I actually did not go to Washington.
Oh,
D.C.
you didn't?
Yeah.
You didn't. Are you sorry you didn't? You missed out, huh?
A little bit.
A little bit, but you got plenty of time. How old are you?
I'm 12.
You're 12. And are you 12, Will? Get that microphone up there really close.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Are you 12?
Yeah, I'm 12.
Yeah, you're a big 12-year-old there. Yeah, pretty big. So, was that your first time in D.C.?
No, I've been there before.
But it must have been exciting to go there with your son.
Oh, this whole experience, we've expressed ourselves as this was a chance of a lifetime, a once in a lifetime opportunity. Obviously, it's a 12-year-old World Series. All the boys were 12. So, but the whole trip was just unbelievable. The support from Hanford was unbelievable, and I can't express what a great opportunity it was.
Okay, we are talking with the 12-year-old All-Stars from Hanford. They went to the Cal Ripken Baseball World Series back in Aberdeen, Maryland. They were there for 10 days. The assistant coach is here too, Dennis Springer, along with his son and one other player. You're welcome to call in, especially if you're from Hanford. 436-MeTV, option 11. We're back in a moment.
When you like Ventura TV Appliance on Facebook, it's nice. But when you love the Frigidaire Gallery appliances we deliver, it's even better. Our website is cool, and it's a good place to start. But you really should touch the merchandise before you buy.
Time for that upgrade to an Energy Star qualified French door Frigidaire Gallery refrigerator.
Quality appliances for the way you live. Get the best selection, price, and service in town without waiting. Come in to Ventura TV Appliance and touch the merchandise.
Back here on the show, and you can see the World Series trophy here that they brought back. Third place finish from Aberdeen, Maryland. And we got Dennis here, we got Will here, his son, and Trace. You guys are both infielders, and so here is the trophy. Right, this looks like an actual Major League Baseball World Series trophy, almost, to a certain extent.
Yeah, it's
a little bit.
Very close.
Very close.
Pretty heavy too.
Yeah, yeah, I noticed that when they were bringing that over. So, now let me ask you something. Did you have a chance to watch on television any of the Little League World Series taking place back in Williamsport? We know that the team from Chicago beat the team from Philly. Philadelphia team had the 12-year-old pitcher, the female pitcher, that was just outstanding. Pitched that complete game. Were you guys following that at all?
Yeah, a little bit.
What'd you think of the female pitcher?
She probably could have struck out our guys too.
She was pretty good.
She was good.
Incredible
really
story.
Good. Graced the cover of Sports Illustrated, as a matter of fact. I believe the first Little Leaguer ever to do so. So you followed that too a little bit, Dennis, huh?
Oh yeah, we were there kind of in same time frame, but their tournament's quite a bit longer.
Yeah,
and
it's a different World Series. That's the Little League World Series. You guys don't consider yourselves part of the Little League family?
No, I can't exactly tell you the history of the Cal Ripken, but Cal Ripken does play a little bit different rules. Our fields are a little bit bigger, and I think I'm kind of partial towards the Cal Ripken baseball. I think it is a better caliber of baseball.
Why?
As 12-year-olds, these boys get to play on a bigger field. The dimensions.
How much bigger? Because in Major League Baseball, from home to first and around the base, it's 90 feet, as we all know.
Right.
Pitcher's mound is 60 feet 6 inches from home plate. What are the dimensions in the Cal Ripken?
Well, I'll start. Little League is actually 46 feet pitching and 60 feet bases.
Okay.
And the base runners they do not lead off. In Cal Ripken, the pitching is 50 feet.
Okay.
And the bases are 70 feet.
So you got a 10-foot difference.
Right, but the base runners are able to lead off the bag. The pitchers have to hold them on. It's more like real baseball.
So in other words, what you're saying is, if a player reaches first base and they're on first base, they can lead off the bag.
Right.
In Little League, they can't.
Right.
Okay.
And then the umpires do call balks.
They do.
As far as
wow.
It's basically like the real baseball, and it shows. I mean, some of these kids are ready
for the game.
They're ready for that next level of baseball.
Savvy to the game, then, huh? Okay. So, what do you think your players learned from this experience? I want to get your comment first, and then I want both their comments, what they learned.
I think it's just a competition level. We were playing against the best of the best. There was only 10 teams from the whole USA, and I think it came down to, we stress for these kids to one pitch at a time, one at bat at a time, one out at a time, and there's just the concentration level you can never let up.
Well, what did you learn, Will?
I thought it was cool to
no, that's fine.
Play the kids from other countries, and I thought it was kind of cool that we lost to the team in North Carolina. They won the whole thing, so
right.
We probably
right. Trace, quickly, what did you learn from the baseball experience in Maryland?
It was really fun. Kind of learned as a team to keep on pushing and not giving up.
What else? What else did you learn?
We learned
the competition level was pretty good.
Yeah, we learned a lot.
What did you learn personally?
We learned to never stop, and if you're having a hard time, just keep pushing through it, and the next day you'll be better.
Yeah. All right, we're talking to the 12-year-old All-Stars from Hanford. They went to the Cal Ripken World Series in Aberdeen for about 10 days. We're going to be back here with our show, Connect With Me. Your phone calls are encouraged if you want to call in, 436-MeTV, option 11. We're back in a moment.
Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're the save energy, save time, save money place. The Energy Star qualified, ready, steam-equipped, high-efficiency Frigidaire Affinity Place. You heard right. Right now, save big on select Frigidaire laundry pairs and pay no interest when paid in full within 6 months. At the hometown low price, think outside the big box place. Since 1951, Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're working hard to be your place.
Hey, we're back here on the program today. Connect with me on Comcast 187 and 43.6 and 13.1 now on MeTV Live. You can watch the replay at 1, 13.6 and at 8 o'clock on 13.5. Here with the Cal Ripken baseball team from Hanford. How many parents went along on this trip, would you say, roughly speaking? Not every parent, probably.
Every parent.
Every parent went?
We had...
how many kids altogether? 13, right?
We had 13. We had 12 of the parents go. One of our players was hurt in a accident in over the Easter break, and so he was an honorary team member. He's been on our team for the last 4 or 5 years, and we just didn't feel right if he didn't get to go with us also.
Yeah.
So his parents were unable to go.
Will, what is your favorite team in Major League Baseball? And who's your favorite player?
I like the Dodgers, and my favorite player is Clayton Kershaw.
Somebody escort him off the set. Off the set immediately. You're a Dodger fan?
Yeah.
Oh, my. Okay, well, we forgive you for that. No problem. So Kershaw's your guy, huh?
Yeah.
But you're not even a pitcher.
Well, I'm a little bit of a pitcher, I guess.
Okay. All right. Trace, your favorite baseball team and player?
I like the Yankees and Mike Trout.
Mike Trout. He plays for the California Angels, right?
Yeah.
Or Los Angeles Angels now they call them. Yeah. So we've got a Dodger fan here, a Yankee fan here, but you like Michael Trout. And Trout's he's a great player. He's the best player in baseball right now, probably, huh?
Yeah.
Would you say?
Yeah.
Okay, what about you? Who's the best player in baseball right now?
Kershaw.
Kershaw's a pitcher. Who's the best player in baseball? Like
probably Trout.
Probably Michael Trout. Okay, I want to get a prediction. Who's going to win the World Series this year? Don't say the Dodgers. You can say whatever you want. I'm just teasing you.
Yeah, the Dodgers.
The Dodgers are going to win. Why are they going to win? Tell me why they're going to win. I want to know give me the analysis on the Dodgers. Why will they win?
Well, nobody can hit Kershaw, and we have some good offense. And we also have a couple other pitchers, and we'll just beat everybody.
Okay. What do you think of some of the other players like Puig and Uribe, and who else is on that team? I can't even think right now.
Adrian Gonzalez.
The first baseman. Yeah.
Kemp.
Yeah.
Kemp.
They got Kemp too. Yeah. All right. Ethier is a backup now.
Yeah.
So they got the play. So who's going to win the World Series, Trace?
I say the Angels.
You think the Angels are?
Yeah.
Well, that's a pretty good guess. You think it'll be the Angels and Dodgers in the World Series?
Maybe not the Dodgers, but the Angels for sure.
The Angels for sure. All right. You know, I'm a Giants and an A's fan, but I also love the Yankees too. My son had a chance to go to a Yankee game in New York at Yankee Stadium this summer, so he really enjoyed that. And so let me get your prediction too there, Dennis, as long as you're just sitting here doing nothing. What's your take?
Job. I think the Angels are going to be tough.
I know.
But at the same time, they just lost one of their main pitchers, so that could have
they looked good last night, though.
Yeah,
they had a rough game with the A's, boy.
That could have an effect on them. But
if you were to pick the Angels, I'd say that's a good choice. The Dodgers, they don't play together as a team as well as, say, maybe the Angels or the A's or the Giants. They're more individuals that are looking out for themselves and their own stats more than they are the team, wouldn't you say?
In the past few years, I think there's always been a point in the season that I would say yes to that, and then all of a sudden, boy, they click and they do bring it together. You know, for example, last year when they went on that like 42-8 run for the second half of the season, I think that was a point of the season that.
But they got beat in the first round.
They did.
Eliminated.
The season doesn't count once you get in the playoffs.
Okay, let me ask you something, because my son played Little League for 2 years, and I saw this happen constantly. You get the parents over-involvement, over-anxious. Now they start cursing the umpire. They start cursing the other manager. They start doing this. They start doing that. How much do you guys try to diffuse this type of attitude when you guys are out there? Because it's prevalent throughout every Little League Baseball diamond around the country. It's prevalent throughout Cal Ripken. It's not immune to any one particular team or league. It happens.
Most definitely. And I tell you, you know, it is tough to, you know, for the All-Stars, this costs everybody a lot of money. Cal Ripken paid for our flights back there, but we had to pay for everything else.
Wow.
Hotels, rental cars,
meals.
And we did huge, the city of Hanford, the community around our area, just basically stepped up and
okay,
helped
now
us
answer my
huge.
question.
It is tough. It is tough. You know, to see one
Everybody
of your,
here is
yeah,
laughing. I know. Okay. Ha ha ha.
We've always said that our team has no drama.
Yeah.
We have the most
You ever
awesome...
get the parents that are just over the top and you just have to like eject them from the field, say, hey, come on,
well,
go.
You know, Cal Ripken's pretty straightforward with it, that if you have a problem with the parent
Or the
manager,
umpire.
right, the manager is going to get removed from the game.
Or forfeit a game, maybe?
It could get to that point. So
Has it been let me ask you, yay or nay, has it been a problem in this Cal Ripken league this year? No.
None.
That's good.
We have the most awesome set of parents. Everybody that's involved with our All-Stars, we've basically been the same team for 5 years.
That's
great.
How long have you two been together?
Since we were 9.
Since you were 9, and you had to, so that's 3 years basically.
Yeah.
Because you guys are 12. But so what do you guys emphasize the most? Because I hear people say, you know, at this age, you should not emphasize winning, because you emphasize winning too much, too much, too much. You should emphasize teamwork and this and that. What's the philosophy of your team specifically?
Once you get to All-Stars, it's tough because you are playing to get to the next tournament, the next level.
Yeah, how do you not emphasize winning if you're there to win? That's a tough one.
You just go out and emphasize that play your best, play your hardest, and the outcome will just happen.
Let the chips fall where they may, huh?
Right. We played a really good game against the Southeast team, the Raleigh team, and we got beat.
Yeah.
Their pitcher was a stud, and I'm going to remember his name for the future. I think he is.
You think he's destined for the majors?
He's definitely got a future if he just keeps it up.
Yeah.
But
hey,
we just
let me ask Will a question here. Tough to play for your father?
Not really.
Is he rough?
No.
Is he rough on you? No?
No.
No? How about you, Trey? A tough guy to play for? Or?
Not really. He's kind of
No?
big old softy.
He's a soft.
Okay.
He ratted you out.
Yeah.
You're a softy at heart, huh?
Well, we had a meeting as a team right at the beginning of All-Stars, and we kind of made the joke. Our manager, he introduced himself as Captain No Fun, or Coach No Fun, and me as Coach Fun, and we hadn't quite figured out Trace's dad yet at that point.
Wow.
But I think
they
kids
got you pegged, my friend.
They do, but at the same time, I think they know not to push
mess with you?
not to push my button at certain times.
But is he a yeller and a screamer or no? Not really, huh?
Last year he was.
But he calmed down this year a little bit, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, it's all part of the learning process. I had fun playing Little League Baseball. I know my son did, and it's just part of growing up. And I always found it hard to accept the notion that, okay, how can you not emphasize winning? I think that's kind of ridiculous, because you're there to have fun. Yeah, emphasize the team sport, but you're there to win, for God's sake. Come on.
We had a large donation from the class of 1989 with Hanford.
Yeah. All right, got to go because she's going to cut us off. We don't want that, but congratulations.
Thank you.
A job well done, my friend Dennis Springer, your son Will, Trace over there, 2 infielders. Congratulations, guys. Third place is a great finish.
Thank you.
All those teams, all that competition. Congratulations to the entire Hanford 12-year-old All-Star Cal Ripken baseball team. Third place finish in a World Series in Aberdeen, Maryland. That's going to do it for us. Another edition coming your way on Monday. Labor Day, we'll be here live with Ken Stites, former city councilman. Back with another edition. Have a great weekend.